Welcome to Co-Play Media. Today, here with you today, you got your boy DRS here with you. We got my man, my host here. We got Demo in the building, you know what I'm saying? We got my homeboy, Dexter D, hailing from the UK, coming in the building, saying what's up, it's great to have you here, man. And today, we got a special guest, a Morehouse brother, you know what I'm saying? My man, Brad Gray.
What up, Brad?
What's going on, brothers? How's it going?
What's going on, man? How you doing, dog?
Man, can't complain. Can't complain. Things are good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you, dog. Happy to have you. So I know that you are the head man over there at Revolutionary Gaming. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely did I say that right? Revolutionary Gaming, is that it?
I mean, I feel like I'm amazed that you called me the head man. It's like
you're the head man. You run it, man.
Myself around.
You boss yourself, man. You's a boss. You's a boss. That's
but yeah, it's Revolutionary Underground. We're on multiple platforms now, so we're doing the best we can with a one-man army.
Doing great. Yeah, a one-man army in here.
That's
killing
all
it.
you need.
That's all you need. You know what I'm saying?
It's all we have, so it's got to be all we need.
So I know I probably kind of gave it away, but I know Brad from school. You know what I'm saying? We go way back. So does Brandon. I mean, Dexter D. Dexter D is also hailed from the great school. So where are you from? I know we met there, but where are you from?
Oh, I'm originally from Chicago.
Chi-town.
So when I came down to Atlanta, I just kind of stayed, maybe for too long, but we know it's the type of place that draws you in, especially in your younger years.
It's a special place.
Then all the clubbing and envy gets a little tired after you get into your mid to late 20s, and it's time to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember the Peacock, man? You remember the Peacock, dog?
I do remember the Peacock. They tried to reopen the Peacock a few years back. Didn't go so well.
Oh no.
Oh man, that takes me back, man.
I know.
So how long have you been in the new area? You're in Thailand right now? You're teaching in Thailand,
yeah,
right?
I'm hailing from Bangkok at this point.
Oh.
It'll be 2 years in a month or so.
That's amazing.
Oh, you've been there for a while.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was time to pull when I look at America, it was obvious it was time to pull the ripcord a while ago. And something about the Trump administration codified that, and it was time to bounce. I was like, there's not as much opportunity here as people think there is, especially for folks who look like us. And honestly, being abroad, you feel more free than you do in the country in ways that I'm sure Brandon can attest to.
Ooh, yeah, wow. I mean, it was pretty quick and stark, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially coming from a dude who was living in the southern states, right? I can go out to a restaurant if he weren't in lockdown and say, get a beer with my brunch. You can't do that in Georgia because of Puritanism.
And sometimes it's the little things.
It's the little, right.
Yeah. That's definitely true. So is it like, because both of you guys are both living the foreign life, is it just like how expats, people treat you?
Expats, that's way cooler.
Expats?
Yeah.
I said that right?
Expats? That lifestyle.
So is it culturally, are people more inviting to you? Is it not going to be one of those situations like, wow, you know, hey bro, let me touch your hair? Or is it just like one of those, you know, like, hey bro, have a beer with us, man. What you doing right now?
Yeah, how easy is it to acclimate?
A bunch of people trying to touch my hair.
But, do you guys get hate for being American?
Different. Because see, out here, almost everybody's Thai, so it becomes less about you being black and more about you being foreign.
Okay. Right.
I mean, there is still some advantages that come with being white. That is the world in which we live at this point. But
right.
Thai people can be really inviting, but they'll also make fun of you right to your face, which honestly I can respect.
Right.
Do you ever tell them that you can understand them? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever like hint at us like, hey, like, yo, I hear what you're saying, man. Like,
I mean, at the same time, I can't do anything but laugh. Like, if it's funny, and I can only get so mad. Right. Like, one of them caught me with a bad haircut because my clippers ran out of batteries and I still had to go get the bell. Fam almost fell out his chair laughing at me, and I was like, you got me. What you want me to do?
How hard is it to find a black barber in Thailand and the UK? Is it easy? Is it difficult?
It's pretty easy. There's actually a lot more of us out here than you would think.
Okay. Okay.
I believe it.
Yeah. We're out here. It's just not advertised that we're out here.
Right.
And something about America is that it also, there's almost a goal of getting you to not thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
We promote everything as the best there is in the world, and there's no alternatives out there. When the truth is, if we measure ourselves objectively, there's a whole lot of things that are better outside of the country. I don't have to work nearly as hard here to make ends meet and still be able to do the things that allow us to live a rich life as a human.
Right.
Like, those things are behind a glass wall in America. And the big question is, can you break it? Because if not, you have to work 2 jobs and not have enough time for yourself to be a person to even afford to pay rent. Mm-hmm. It's a deeply stratified, unjust society. And we just don't want to talk about it that way.
Is that part of the reason why you started streaming, was to help spread the word on how it could be better? You know what I'm saying? We all could be living a better life, and we don't know about it because we don't know if it exists.
I mean, at its heart, Revolutionary Underground is a political project. I want to shed light on as many issues that I think aren't being talked about with nuance as possible. I want to bring on some more union leaders, because the unions are going to get some pushback from some sides of the aisle, but they're also going to get more support from the executive than they could have dreamed about over the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. Which is why when people say they can't tell the difference between Republicans and Democrats, I say you're not trying hard enough. Like, true, the party that's currently in power has so many blind spots, I won't even start to list them here, and some problems that are going to run them afoul of their base. But you're comparing a party that's apathetic about working people against a party that's openly antagonistic to working people and anyone who isn't white, male, and wealthy. It's an oligarch party against a broken, deeply, deeply broken workers' party.
Deeply divided.
It was a workers' party, but none of us have been alive long enough to remember it. Exactly. That party had some things that they did really, really well at a certain point. And either we can go back to that, or it may be time to wash half of these representatives out and see what we have after that.
Yeah, I definitely believe that there should be some rules and some changes, and that, we definitely, this is the time while the iron is hot, and we can make these changes, definitely go in a better direction than what we've experienced in 2020. On a less serious note, what you playing right now, buddy? What you playing right now, man?
Right now, I'm going through a little bit of a Sekiro phase.
A Sekiro? I'm talking about personally. Cool. I'm talking about personally. What do you play? Do you play Sekiro for fun? Do you play Sekiro when you're tired at the end of a hard day of teaching Thai children? Do you?
On occasion, but not recently. I've probably played that game. I've probably put more hours into Sekiro over the past year since it came out than I have maybe any other game outside of Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. But when it's time for me to relax, my guilty pleasure is MLB The Show.
What? MLB The Show.
MLB The Show, yeah.
That's
I was
tight.
not seeing that.
I'm a black man who loves baseball.
No,
That's
I
the
mean,
kind of breed.
nothing wrong with that. I actually bought that for my kids this past Christmas because it was on sale. I love baseball. I played it coming up, but no one else ever says that. And that
I was terrible at it, but I always loved it.
That just caught me off guard.
Like, because and I love that they finally integrated the ability to move your franchise from one edition to the next year.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a franchise player, so it kind of hurts me when I have to abandon it. I'm like, I refuse to upgrade until I can move my save file over.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever played the Madden series?
Yes, of course.
So remember back in the day where their franchise mode would allow you to basically run this team from the front office as far as relocating, setting the prices for food and everything.
Wow.
That was when it was
the prices for food.
It was deep. It was the
You set the
deepest.
prices for. You set the prices for tickets, I believe.
Yep.
You controlled the budget. You hired the front office.
You
And
controlled everything.
I know you remember this part. Remember back when you still had defensive assignments?
Yes.
That's when Madden lost me. When they took the defensive assignments away.
Yeah.
I was like, you're
Why would
taking
they
a basic football function that wouldn't have taken that much for you to port from one year to another, and you just scrapping it. Nah, y'all
Dude,
can't have it.
Once Madden became the monopoly, right? They started dumbing the game down so much. It became criminal as far as I'm concerned.
It was a cash grab.
Criminal. And
That was
then
right around the Dreamcast era, wasn't it? Like, I think that was right where they licensed all the NFL teams. So if you wanted to make an NFL game, you couldn't, or made yeah.
Wasn't that the birth of 2K? Isn't that how was it 2K that got started in football?
Yeah, so remember 2K, they had an NFL game on the Dreamcast, and then Madden was like, Madden was like, it was better. It was better.
It was better. It was scarily better. I'm sure they were shaking in their, millionaire boots and monocles.
So Madden did what they had to do, I guess, in this, capitalist society we live in. He was like, I'm just gonna block all the competition. But for some reason, it's not illegal. It has to be some type of monopoly law that they're breaking with that, because there's no competition anymore.
It only matters if we're willing to enforce our antitrust laws, though, and we haven't shown a willingness to do that for quite a while.
Hey guys, check out Co-Play Media on Spotify and DC Radio 96.3 HD4 on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. for all your anime talk, video games, and everything important to the Black nerd community.
And don't forget to check out our website and our YouTube channel for the special guest interviews with some of your favorite anime voice actors in anime.
Get you some real talk, get you some information to the streets.
No crazy feedback.
No craziness.